The comedian incident. Tommy Cooper, 1984, April 15, 1984, Her Majesty's Theatre, London. 12 million people watching live on ITV as beloved comedian Tommy Cooper stepped on stage wearing his signature red pheasant cloak. Cooper was famous for turning magic tricks into comedic disasters. The man who made getting it wrong hilarious. That night, the audience was already laughing. Then suddenly Tommy slumped backward against the curtain. His legs twitched, his body twisted, and everyone roared with laughter. This looked like vintage Cooper comedy, but behind the curtain panic, he wasn't moving. He wasn't responding. Director Alistair McMillan immediately cut to commercial, but the show had to go on. While new performers were rushed on stage, people behind the curtains desperately tried CPR, but Tommy was gone. He suffered a massive heart attack, dying as the audience believed they were witnessing another joke. 2. The Phoenix Helicopter Collision. 2007. July 27, 2007. Two news helicopters hovered over Phoenix, Arizona, covering a routine police chase. Inside them were 4 seasoned professionals: Scott Bowerbank, Jim Cox, Craig Smith, and Rick Krolek. Broadcasts were live. Cameras were rolling. Then disaster. The helicopters collided midair over Steel Indian School Park. Viewers at home saw both choppers suddenly spiral downward. Within seconds, both crashed. All 4 men died instantly. Miraculously, no one on the ground was hurt. It remains one of the most tragic moments in live news coverage history. 3. The Academic Interview. Rita Jitendra, 2018, September 12, 2018. Renowned academic Rita Jitendra sat on the set of Good Morning J&K, discussing political issues with ease, calm, sharp, articulate. Then mid-sentence, she suddenly stopped, her head tilted back. She gasped for air, and collapsed live on camera. Hosts rushed to help. Viewers watched in shock. She was taken to the hospital, but doctors couldn't revive her. She had suffered a massive cardiac arrest. India mourned the loss of a brilliant mind, one whose final moments were broadcast live. 4. The Breakfast Show stunt. Michael Lush, 1986, November 13, 1986. 24-year-old Michael Lush rehearsed a bungee stunt known as Hang 'Em High for BBC's Late Breakfast Show, suspended 120 feet in the air, attached by a simple carabiner clip. But during the test drop, the clip detached. The cord didn't stop the fall. Michael plunged to the ground. He died instantly. The incident forced the BBC to cancel the entire show and change stunt safety regulations forever. 5. The Sci-Fi Tragedy. Kenneth Keith Steedman, 1996, September 20, 1996. Actor Kenneth Keith Steedman was filming a chase scene for the sci-fi series Sliders in the California desert, driving a dune buggy across seemingly flat terrain. He hit a hidden mound. The vehicle flipped violently. Steedman was thrown out and crushed. Paramedics rushed to him, but he didn't survive. A simple scene turned fatal in seconds, reminding Hollywood that danger hides even in the quietest moments. 6. The skiing disaster. Ulrike Meyer, 1994, January 29, 1994. Austrian skiing champion, Ulrike Meyer launched herself down the Kandahar downhill course at over 60 miles per hour during a live World Cup event. Then her ski caught an edge. She lost control. She slammed into the ground and into the safety net. Despite immediate medical attention, she never regained consciousness. She died shortly after reaching the hospital. Her crash led to major safety upgrades across the sport. The Challenger disaster. 1986, January 28, 1986. The Space Shuttle Challenger lifted off with 7 astronauts, including Krista McAuliffe, the first teacher going into space. Schools across the country watched live. Children sat wide-eyed, inspired. 73 seconds after liftoff, a massive explosion tore the shuttle apart. The crew was killed instantly. The O-ring seals had failed due to cold temperatures. A hopeful national moment transformed into one of America's darkest tragedies, seen by millions as it happened. 8. The superhero wrestler Owen Hart. 1999, May 23, 1999. Wrestler Owen Hart prepared for a superhero-style entrance from 78 feet above the ring, but the quick-release harness used wasn't designed for stunts. As he was being positioned, the mechanism released accidentally. Hart fell 78 feet. He struck the top rope and collapsed in the ring. The crowd thought it was a joke, until EMTs rushed in. Hart died from internal bleeding minutes later. His death forced the wrestling industry to reevaluate stunt safety. 9. Reality show collapse. Godfrey Gao, 2019, November 27, 2019. Actor Godfrey Gao was filming the physically brutal reality show Chase Me in China. Hours of non-stop filming had exhausted contestants. Around 1 a.m. Gao slowed down, stumbled and collapsed face first while cameras continued rolling. He never regained consciousness. He died from sudden cardiac arrest, sparking outrage over dangerous production demands. 10. The fall on set. Eddie Garcia, 2019, June 8, 2019. Legendary Filipino actor Eddie Garcia was shooting a simple walking scene, but a cable lay unnoticed across the ground. He tripped, fell hard, and snapped his cervical spine. After 12 days on life support, Garcia passed away. His death forced new safety protocols on Philippine sets. 11. The Morning News Tragedy. Parker and Ward, 2015, August 26, 2015. Reporter Allison Parker and cameraman Adam Ward were conducting a routine live interview in Virginia. Then got 8 shots fired on live TV. Parker tried to run but collapsed. Ward was shot while filming. The attacker, a former disgruntled employee, recorded and uploaded his own video afterward. Both journalists died at the scene. 12. The Cavett Show, Heart Attack, 1971, June 8, 1971. Jay Rodale, founder of Organic Gardening magazine, joked on the Dick Cavett Show that he would live to be one. Moments later, while still in frame, he leaned back and died instantly from a heart attack. The audience initially thought it was a gag. It wasn't. It remains one of the most shocking incidents in live television history. These tragedies remind us that life is unpredictable, and sometimes the world witnesses someone's final moments without even realizing what's happening. If you'd like more stories like this, don't forget to subscribe and drop your suggestions for the next video.